Hey, welcome back. Today, we're jumping into a technology that's quietly but totally reshaping our world. It's called the Internet of Things, or IoT for short. And you know what? It's already all around you. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what it is and, more importantly, why you should care.
So let's just start with a simple question. What if your devices could talk to each other? And I don't just mean your phone talking to your laptop. I mean, what if your car, your watch, your front door, even your coffee maker were all connected? What would that world actually feel like?
To even begin to answer that, we've got to get to the big idea behind it all. So first things first, what is the Internet of Things? Let's unpack it.
Okay, before we get all technical with the definition, let's use a real-world example. Picture this. You're driving to a super important meeting. Suddenly, your car's navigation senses a massive traffic jam up ahead. Now, without you doing a single thing, it automatically pings your next meeting, letting everyone know you're running about 15 minutes late. That, in a nutshell, is the promise of IoT.
So here it is, the core idea. The Internet of Things is basically a giant network of physical objects. Yep, the things in the name. But these aren't just normal objects. They're packed with sensors and software that let them connect to the internet and, this is the magic part, exchange data with each other. And this whole system really breaks down into three essential parts. First, you've got the physical device itself with all its sensors. Second, you obviously need an internet connection to send all that information somewhere. And third, you need some kind of data processing to make sense of it all and actually decide what to do next. Okay, so now we know what it is. But how does it all actually work? Let's lift the hood and look at the simple mechanics behind this so-called magic. You know, the entire thing really runs on a pretty simple four-step loop. First, the sensors on a device collect data from the world, things like temperature or where it is or if something is moving. Second, it shares that data, usually by shooting it up to the cloud. Third, some software processes that data to figure out what it actually means. And finally, based on that, it triggers an action. It sends a command to a device to go do something. And here's a fantastic way to think about that whole process. It's really just a simple chain reaction. A device sees something, it sends the info, that info gets figured out, and then it does something about it. See, send, figure out, and do. Simple as that. But listen, this isn't some futuristic, far-off idea. The IoT is already moving from just a concept to a full-blown reality, and it's popping up in all sorts of places in our everyday lives. And I bet you use more of these than you even realize. On a personal level, your smartwatch tracking your health, that's a classic IoT device. In our homes, we see it everywhere. Smart security cameras, those smart speakers we talk to, even garage door openers we can control from our phones. It's even changing how we shop with those just walk-out stores. I mean, this network is literally growing all around us. So yeah, it's pretty clear the future is connected. But this is really just the beginning. The truly exciting part is thinking about what's next. Where is this massive network of connected devices going from here? And this right here is the fundamental upgrade that IoT gives us. Just think about it for a second. A standard watch, it tells time. A smart IoT watch, it monitors your health and talks to your phone. A regular old security camera just records video. But a smart IoT camera, it can actually identify a person and send an alert straight to your device. It's all about adding a layer of intelligence. And that is the absolute game changer. The real power of IoT isn't just about connecting things. It's about making them smart. And this is where stuff like artificial intelligence and machine learning come into play. They're like the brains of the operation, allowing these devices to learn from data, get better over time, and even start to guess what we need. Like a smart thermostat that learns your routine and adjusts the heat to save energy, all without you ever touching it. That's the smart part in action. So let's talk about scale for a second. We are not talking about millions of devices here. We are talking about billions. Billions of connected things out there, all collecting data, sharing it, and learning from it 24/7. The sheer size of this network is just staggering. Which leaves us with one last, really fascinating question to chew on. When you have billions of devices that aren't just connected, but are actively learning from the world around them, what's the next big, revolutionary thing they're going to do for us? What problems could they solve that we haven't even thought of yet?